Today is July 1st. The year 2021, halfway over.
It flew.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. And I appreciate the relative calmness of 2021 to 2020.
Yeah.
It's not as remarkably different as I expected it to be. But remember, like going into 2020, we're all like 2020 vision. This is going to be the greatest. And I kind of just moved that elation to 2021, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a better year than 2020. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I think my year's probably a little more different than yours. I mean, I'm back at work with people.
Yeah.
Nobody, like, it's different for me because I am out more than you are.
I think it'll be for over the next couple months, especially as people head back to school in the fall.
Yeah.
And more offices open up and stuff, then I think I'll be feeling the vibe a little bit more.
Yeah.
But anyways, happy halfway point to 2021. Let me ask you this question. Fill in the blank. It's not the 4th of July unless blank is on the dinner table or the picnic table. What do you have?
I know what you're going to say. And I know it's true for me now that I'm with you.
Yeah.
Your dad's.
My dad's macaroni salad.
Yep. Your dad's macaroni salad.
Yep.
I would say potato salad and brownies.
Brownies? Really?
We do it every year.
That doesn't seem like a 4th of July treat.
Well, it is now that we're not eating that all the time. When I was 22, it was not a 4th of July treat.
Yeah.
But we didn't, like, every 4th of July that's been memorable, I've been with you. So.
Oh, yeah. My dad's macaroni salad is my go-to. And for whatever, even though I probably have this food every week, something about a hamburger on a proper, I have this food every week, but I rarely make it properly. A hamburger on a toasted bun with cheese, with lettuce, with onion. Mm-hmm. Like I never go all out. I just put on it whatever we have.
Right, you don't want to cut a whole onion for just the two
slice,
of us.
Right. So a proper hamburger is mine.
The upside means living in gratitude, finding the positive in every experience, and helping other people do the same. You are now part of the movement. Welcome to The Upside with Callie and Jeff. This episode is brought to you by Dinner Affair.
If this is your first episode of The Upside, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back.
My name is Jeff Dollar, and today I am grateful for the 4th of July. It's my favorite holiday.
Is it? Oh, yeah. It's not your favorite, like, yeah, you get, I don't know what I'm going to say. Never mind. Let's just gloss over that because my head is in a jumble right now. My name is Callie Dollar, and I'm grateful for our super comfortable bed.
I want to play a voicemail that we got about something we talked about on yesterday's show. If you listen to the voicemail montage at the end of the show, you've already heard this. And then I'm going to give our phone number out so that people can weigh in on this.
Okay, so I am agreeing with the young hot scammer when she said that old woman is a career scammer. So when I was a freshman in high school, this girl, Carla, a really popular upperclassman, told me she was short a dime to get a Coke out of the vending machine. It was such a small amount, she didn't even use the word borrow. And of course, I gave it to her, just thrilled she was talking to me. Then I heard her tell someone else she was short a dime to get a Coke out of the vending machine. And then on until she got enough money for her Coke. This still irks me, and I'm 53 years old. I am of the opinion, Jeff, you thwarted that woman's $5 scam. That old lady's just another Carla.
So,
just another Carla.
38 years, she's still irked by giving the popular girl a dime.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that? Because as soon as I heard that voicemail, something popped into my head that's been bugging me for 3 decades to 2.5 decades.
What's yours? And then maybe
I used to have a job at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the holiday season. So mall employees had to park farther away. They actually painted lines in the mall parking lot. And if you were a mall employee, you had to park behind.
Oh, that's hardcore.
Yeah, behind this certain line.
They're not
because
playing.
Yeah, because the mall was so crowded. And
mall security will get you.
But those spots were still available to the public. So we were doing I was doing the circling and circling and circling, looking for a spot.
Yeah.
And I pulled up to a spot because somebody was backing out, and I put my turn signal on, and the person backed out in a way that somebody who had just pulled up was rolling up from the other direction.
That's the worst.
Was able to steal the spot. And I saw who it was. I saw the person. It was somebody who worked in the same store I worked in. And I never said anything to her. When she was what
do you wish you would have said?
I wish I had either gotten out of the car. I wish I said, hey, I've been waiting for that spot. I'm not talking about making 2 laps around the parking lot. I'm talking about 15 minutes looking for a spot. I was worried about being late for work.
Yeah.
That type of thing. And obviously both of our shifts started at the same time. And she knew, it saw me there and made the turn. And I never said anything. And she was older than me, but I was 16 or 17 at the time, and she was probably 22 or 23.
You lived in New York, so you getting out of your car to yell at someone over a parking spot probably is not an odd occurrence for a mall parking lot.
Right. That's fairly normal. So if something bothers you, and to this day, I will say this, if I'm in a parking lot that's busy and I put my turn signal on to turn into a spot, I think about that situation.
Mine's a little bit different, but it's something that still irks me. And you were going to give out the phone number, I think, but you didn't.
800-434-5454. Perhaps saying it out loud to the Upside community will ease. That'll
be your therapy. You can release it. You'll say it to us, and you can even say it really angry, what was the caller's name?
Carla. You say, Carla took a dime from me.
Man. So mine's a little different because it's with a stranger, but I'll never forget this. When I was a kid, I was in England, London more specifically, and I was in a grocery store with my parents, and I saw a guy shoplift meat, and I didn't say anything because I was like, I didn't just see that.
Pardon me, sir, but did you just put that meat in your pants? Is that what you would have said?
I think I'm having deja vu that I've told this on the show before, and you've said something almost the exact same.
Sir, you have some meat in your pants.
Yeah, I don't think that's how.
It's not a British accent.
No, it's really not. But anyway, so he was wearing a leather jacket and stuffing steaks in his. But I thought, I was like,
is it possible that it's a cultural thing and that's how people in England grocery shop?
No, but I regret not saying something because I should have, but I was a kid. So I was like, first of all, no one's going to believe me. Second of all, what if I'm wrong? And then I'll just ruin this guy's life. But yeah. Shoplifter. I wish I would have said something.
800-434-5454 if you have a story of something that irks you from your past.
Well, if we have any listeners after that.
I have no idea. I can't do accents anymore.
It
used to be the only accent I could do was a British accent. Now I can't even do that.
You're rusty.
Yeah.
I am having a parenthood. It's not really a parenthood thing. So I don't know. I'll just say how I feel and then you can tell me if you feel this also.
Is your brain working okay today?
No, I'm so tired today. I didn't sleep super well last night. So my struggle is I assumed that the hard part would be the parenting itself, the baby itself. And I think for a lot of people, it is. I had a lot of friends that the newborn phase was super hard. And so I have been preparing myself since we've been trying to get pregnant for, okay, babies are hard. Okay, I won't sleep. Okay, all of this stuff, right? So I think I set the bar really low.
I feel like we say this, or I say this 10 times a week on the podcast and another 20 times off the podcast. But we have gotten so lucky with Ellie. She actually has teeth coming in and it doesn't even seem to faze her.
She is supposed to be taking a nap right now and she's lying in her crib sucking on her toes.
Quietly, though,
quietly,
right? Yeah,
totally
just like
not making a sound, just like letting us record. And, you know, she's a teething and she is just chill. It's just who she is. But the surprising struggle for me has been juggling, for lack of a better word, the other things in my life and figuring out how my new identity as a mom fits like a puzzle with everything else in my life. And I mean that in terms of like, I feel I struggle very hard with not being a good wife right now.
I don't think you've ever really been a good wife. So I don't know why.
Jeff,
what?
I'm being serious.
I don't know why now does it bother you?
Is that all you have to say? You can't see his face, but he's trying not to laugh, which means he's lying, which means he doesn't really feel that way. Thankfully, I hope you don't. But I am struggling with that. And I don't know if you feel like the struggle is...
No, I feel like I'm the best husband I've ever been.
Do you?
Yeah. So it's weird that you're not a good wife, but I'm...
You don't relate to this at all.
Well, I thought...
I really am. Like, I know that you're joking around, but I'm serious. Like, I feel on a daily struggle. I'm like, man, I feel like I was a really good mom today, but I feel like I was not a good wife today. And I really hate that.
What would you... I thought you were going to say something different because I was not expecting the schedule, juggle, struggle. What do you think of that? What do you think of that phrase? Well, let's talk about you first, because I am not joking when I say I don't see a big difference between you pre-baby and you post-baby. I've always thought you're a good wife. So I don't know where do you think you're failing?
Just in terms of like, we don't have as much alone time together. And when we do, I kind of feel like we're both taking like a, like we're just, and I don't know if it's because of where our business is right now or because we're parents, but it seems more like instead of our alone time after work being like, oh my gosh, okay, what can we do now? It's like, oh my gosh, okay, let's relax. So it just feels, I'm like, am I letting him down? Like I've never been insecure about my role in this relationship, and I am now.
Well, I'm going to have to figure out a way to take advantage of that because I haven't noticed anything. So I haven't thought any negative thoughts about that. But now that I know that I can somehow manipulate that,
Jeff Dollar,
for good.
Okay, so
for my own good. But in all seriousness, I wouldn't stress about that.
Really?
I think our downtime is not a product of, or our lack of activity during our downtime is not a product of, oh, we're just trying to catch our breath because it's so exhausting hanging out with a baby. I don't think that's it. I think because there's a baby sleeping upstairs, we don't have the option to walk over to one of the restaurants that are near our place or go to the mall or go to Target and wander around or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Cause that I think that's illegal to leave the kid here
with Sadie babysitting,
with a beagle babysitting her. So you're looking at it like you're missing an opportunity to do something exciting. And I'm looking at it like, oh, we get to just hang out on the couch and watch TV or scroll through our phones or talk about our day or whatever.
Because I like that, but then I get paranoid. I'm like, is he going to think I'm boring now? I don't know. It's like weird trying to figure out this new puzzle of like, you know, how do I be a good wife when now it's not that like my love is divided, but the time's definitely divided. And I don't know. I hope that, because I love you more now than I ever have, but.
Same. I love myself more now.
You do?
Yeah.
Because you're so awesome.
So awesome.
Okay, I'll quit talking because you're not into this.
Well, I'm joking because to me it's a non-issue.
What was your struggle you were going to say?
But I do want to say something. I want to say that I appreciate you being aware enough to bring it up because that's really cool.
Here's how I feel. I have always given you in our relationship 5,000%, or, you know, if we're making it easier on my brain, like 100%. And I still feel like I give you 100% of what I have to give, but now there's like an Ellie in the mix. So I also have to figure out how to you know, people say that your love multiplies, not divides. So that would mean that the way I feel is not true. You know what I mean? That my love isn't divided. Like I'm not taking away love from you to give to Ellie, but sometimes it kind of feels that way.
Can I give you some advice that I give to a lot of women? Stop overthinking it. You cool.
You mean a lot of women, or the pep talk you give yourself every day?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, that's a stupid joke for me to make, considering I'm the king of overthinking. Yeah, seriously, don't overthink it.
What were you going to say about?
If somebody asked me, because it was just yesterday, we were talking about being more optimistic and more, you know, good vibes about hard things. But if somebody did say to me, hey, what is the struggle, or where are you challenged with Ellie now in your world? The fragmenting of time is the hardest thing for me to deal with. So the fact that my day, because I work from the house and Ellie's here, my day is broken up into nap time and not nap time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And awake time. And she's cool about hanging out and playing. Like I can, get some stuff done while she's doing it. But I also like to play with her and do what I can, to engage with her. But there's never more than a 2-hour period for me to really focus and drill down and get something done. And that's not a lot of time when you factor in tidying up the toys that she just played with and
giving her a bottle
snack
time,
and cleaning. Well, no, I'm talking about like when she goes to sleep.
Oh yeah.
So if she's taking a 2-hour nap, I'm going to spend the first 20 minutes of that 2-hour nap kind of tidying up or doing whatever I need to do. And then, so I wasn't ready.
And that's if it's a flawless nap day.
Right. As opposed to now where she's just hanging out, wiggling.
Yeah.
Is she asleep yet, or is she just wiggling?
No, she is wiggling around. She's banging the bottom of her feet on the headboard of the crib.
Oh, she does that every morning.
She's like, hello. Anyway, so that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm glad that you don't feel neglected, because I feel an internal struggle all the time.
You know what's funny is I had the thought today, and I don't mean this. This is a serious thought that I had, but I don't mean it to demean what you just said. I had the same exact thought, though, about Sadie, the beagle.
Oh,
because she just kind of goes with the flow. Lily will insert herself in order to get affection.
If she's not getting enough attention, I think yesterday I was sitting on the floor with Ellie, and literally Lily walked up and sat in my lap. And like put her head under my arm. She's like, hi, I haven't gotten enough attention today. You will pet me right now.
Yeah. Whereas Sadie just kind of blends into the fabric of the house. And I have been very mindful to go up to her. Every morning we have a routine. Ellie and I come downstairs and Lily is asleep on the couch. And we walk up to Lily and she rolls over on her back. And I scratch her belly, and then I put Ellie down on the edge of the couch, and I use Ellie's hands, and Ellie gives her a little scratch too. Like that's the routine. And the other day, this is so heartbreaking. In order to do that, I had to step over Sadie, give Lily love. Then I stepped back over Sadie.
Oh, poor Sadie.
And then I went back to Sadie and gave her some love. So I understand.
Maybe you and Sadie need like a daddy-daughter day.
Should she
where you just take Sadie out and you like take her through the Burger King drive-thru and like get her an ice cream cone and then take her to the park?
Should she do the 10K with me? Because it'll solve her weight problem.
That would definitely solve her weight problem.
I am only bringing this up because a friend of mine said, talk about this on the podcast. We do it in our marriage and it's great. And I guarantee you we're not the only ones.
Okay.
When they have fights or when a fight is brewing, They have an imaginary person in their relationship that they blame stuff on. So they don't fight with each other. They have an imaginary person who forgets to empty the dishwasher.
So I need an example.
Forgets to put, so imagine sometimes you will say something like, hey, I want to take hard-boiled eggs in my lunch. I forgot to make them. You did this the other night. Mm-hmm. So you sent me a text message from bed after you went to bed and said, can you make me hard-boiled eggs?
Yeah.
I wrote back, no problem.
Yeah.
If I forgot to do that, you'd be like, you said you would. I would have gotten up 10 minutes early to make the eggs. I didn't have anything for lunch. I would blame it on an imaginary person, and then it supposedly alleviates the tension. So really I'd be funny. Like, oh, it wasn't me. I did make them, but Rick must have ate them. And that's the name of their imaginary person.
That's funny.
No, but there's nobody else on planet Earth who has an imaginary person in their relationship that they blame stuff on, right?
No, I don't think so. And I think it would be funny if you were arguing around your friends or coworkers or, I don't know, like at dinner or something.
And you bring up Rick.
Really, and you're like, yeah, it was Rick again.
Yeah.
And then people around you are like, did I just hear?
So the example that she used where they would do it is those little favors. She says, we don't do it for serious arguments, but those little favors like, hey, I forgot to put the towels in the dryer. Will you throw them in the dryer so I have a towel when I take a shower later tonight?
Rick forgot.
And then I forget to do it, or the guy forgets to do it. He blames it on Rick. And then she's like, oh, that Rick. Oh, yeah, he's the reason that I'm drying off after the shower using a kitchen towel. Rick.
That actually is really funny.
Yeah, I promise you.
Do you think that we should do that? Do you think it takes Jeff a little while to get past his annoyances than it does for me to get past mine?
I would like the person that we fight with to be named Brandon.
Why Brandon?
It seems like a person you'd be annoyed with a lot.
Oh.
Ugh, Brandon.
When I was a teenager, I thought I was so cool spending my life in the sun with no SPF. And now that I'm an adult, I am paying for it big time. I have struggled with brown discoloration on my face for years, and I was so embarrassed by it before I got help with prescription medication, which completely changed my skin. Last year, I signed up for bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671bafb73a53, a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne and other skin concerns. bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671bafb73a53 connects you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan just for you. I went to the bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671 website, I took their online quiz about my skin, and then I uploaded a few photos of my problem areas. And the next day, I woke up with a message from a dermatologist with a prescription and an option to purchase. It was that easy. I am still using my prescription and my skin looks better every week. We have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671bafb73a53 when you use the code UPSIDE. So make sure to use both. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671bafb73a53 and click Begin Visit. Then use our code UPSIDE at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's APOSTROPHE.com/UPSIDE and use the code UPSIDE to get your dermatology visit and save $15. We thank bea4ffacd5dc11eba880671 for sponsoring this podcast.
A lot of people don't want to do therapy because it's intimidating. You have to find a therapist. So what are you going to do? Ask for recommendations and tell everybody you know you're going to therapy? If it's your first time, probably not. Or you're just going to open up the Yellow Pages and look for someone. Who says Yellow Pages anymore? Google. Are you just going to Google somebody? Well, there is an easier way. You can use BetterHelp. Speaking of the internet, Yellow Pages. Speaking of the internet, BetterHelp, BetterHelp, has therapists and counselors, all licensed, standing by, ready to talk to you. You can usually get an appointment within 24 hours. So if you are considering therapy, take a lot of the intimidation out of the equation. finding the appointment, finding the therapist, going and sitting in the waiting room. Instead, take therapy from the comfort of your own home and the privacy of your own home with BetterHelp. You can save 10% off your first month by going to betterhelp.com/upside. That's BetterHelp.com/upside. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with BetterHelp, not with the yellow pages.
I've been pretty lazy about wearing makeup the past year. And now that I'm back to going into work with a building full of people, I'm jumping back into doing my makeup again. I don't know about you, but while I was wearing a mask, I rarely wore makeup. Make sure as you're diving back into makeup that you treat your skin well. Thrive Causemetics' clinically proven formulas are not only highlight your best features, they actually improve your skin over time. There are no toxic ingredients and they never test on animals. I use their Liquid Lash Extensions mascara and their Brilliant Eye Brightener every day, and I love the way they look, but I also love the company and what they stand for so much. Thrive Causemetics has a bold mission that truly is bigger than beauty. For every product purchased, Thrive Causemetics donates to help women thrive, whether that's emerging from homelessness, surviving domestic abuse, or fighting cancer. I love Thrive Causemetics. I love their products and their bigger than beauty mission, and I know once you try them, you're going to love them too. Visit thrivecausemetics.com/upside for 15% off your first order. This is an exclusive offer for Upside listeners. That's Thrive Causemetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/upside for 15% off your first order. thrivecausemetics.com.
Today's quote of the day: if you have the courage to begin, then you have the courage to succeed.
Today's 3 random things is brought to you by Brown & Company Jewelers. My first random thing is, it is impossible to hum while holding your nose.
I'm not going to try it.
Try it. Why not? I'll try it.
Oh, you can't?
Well, you kind of can.
No, because you get the first, that's just kind of a grunt. If somebody's in traffic right now listening to our show and they look over at the car next, oh, yeah, never mind. That wouldn't work because this is a podcast, so people listen at different times.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like when I used to work in radio and people were like, I saw somebody in traffic holding their nose trying to hum. But you're not listening at the same time.
Good times.
You know, Brandon, you're an idiot for thinking that.
Brandon. I think we got to rethink the Brandon thing.
You don't like Brandon?
It's too long.
Oh, okay.
It needs to be like Clark.
Dave.
Or like
Dave. It's one syllable.
Dave. But your brother's name is Dave, so that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can sit on it and let me know at the end of the show.
Jose?
No.
Okay.
Is that all you got for right now? Kyle.
Kyle. Oh, Kyle.
Ugh, Kyle. My second random thing is the internet has roughly 1 billion users. For context, according to the World Population Clock, the total worldwide population is just over 7.9 billion. That means that there are still, 6 billion people that don't use the internet, which like blows my mind. So only 1/6 of humans use the internet.
But you are focused on, I guess they would be first world countries or whatever. Like, if you think about a worldview,
but isn't that mind blowing?
Yeah.
Like, because we get so caught up in our own little bubble that we're just like, oh yeah, I just get on my phone. But most people in the world are not internet users.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Crazy.
And my third random thing is Venus is the only planet to spin clockwise. It travels around the sun once every 225 Earth days, but it rotates clockwise once every 243 days.
So Uranus.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do it. You just couldn't let a space thing go without saying Uranus, could you?
Rotates counterclockwise?
Venus. Clockwise. All of the other planets,
including
Uranus, apparently spin counterclockwise. And those are my 3 random things.
Thank you for listening to The Upside with Callie and Jeff. Today's episode was brought to you by Dinner Affair, the official meal kit for families. Visit dinneraffair.com/upside for your exclusive discount. We would love to stay in touch with you by text. Text the word UPSIDE to 800-434-5454 and then save it in your phone as Callie and Jeff.
Our studio is in like our basement pretty much. And there's a window that overlooks some apartments, not like overlooks, but we can see a whole bunch of apartments. So I'm always kind of like, we're doing the show, but then out of the corner of my eye, like I see stuff, or I see Lily looking at something like out of the window at these balconies. And one of the things that I've noticed that I am so curious about is multiple times a day, this woman brings her dog outside on the patio and gives it something to eat. It doesn't look like a bowl. So I don't know if they do like treats outside or if everything the dog eats has to be outside. Like, is it super messy? Like, why? What are you giving your dog that has to be outside multiple times a day? Because I feel like every time I look out there, they're out there and they're like opening a box. They're opening something for the dog, and then they're sitting outside.
Do they pour it in a bowl?
There's no pouring. Like, there's no bowl that I can see.
So is it just treats that they're giving the dog?
It's unclear. It's weird. Like, I've looked at and then the other day we were recording, and I was watching them go through this because I'm like, it's one of those things where like I've seen it, and now it's kind of like driving me nuts. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? And I just want to know. Morbid curiosity. And the other day when we were recording the show, they saw me staring at them. And it was really awkward because I'm like, well, do I look away? Like, oh, I wasn't looking at you and, whatever. Or do I just keep staring at you and like kind of wave or whatever?
I don't think they can see in, can they?
Can they? I don't know. I just felt weird because I felt like they were like staring into my soul, and then now I feel really awkward about it. But I'm like, what is happening on the patio? Like, is your dog such a messy eater? And is your balcony really dirty?
I highly recommend at some point in your life living in a home that overlooks apartments.
Oh, it's the best.
That have balconies, because a really great game to play is, what's that person's story based on what their balcony furniture looks like? Oh,
yeah, we like to play this game, and Jeff loves to guess. So Jeff's like, okay, so that person is definitely a dude.
Yep.
He's going through a divorce.
Or that person, this is their first apartment, and they went into their garage and said, Mom, can I have that furniture? Mm-hmm. Or that person has lived there for a long time because they have they have flowers and pots and all that other stuff. I'm
always impressed by those people. Always intrigued by those people. I think amount of effort. I guess they're just like there is a couple that lives across from us. We know way too much about people we don't know. But they seem to enjoy their apartment so much. Every night they're out in their chairs. Like, it's not like they're going outside for business to smoke or anything. They dry their laundry out there. They have
little tables. They've had dinner out there.
Like
it's great.
Little TV dinners. It's the cutest thing. They just really seem to enjoy where they live. And I appreciate that.
Hey, Callie and Jeff. It's Jackie from Woodstock. Thank you so much for that gold star, Jeff. That means so much to me. And again, I have to thank you guys for motivating me to start this business. So thanks again so much. So if you'd like to find me, it's J Hansel Editing. I'm on Instagram at J Hansel Editing. It's JHANZL and then editing. So if anyone has some copy editing or any kind of editing needs, you can find me on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. I think it's just Jacqueline Hansel. Thanks, guys. Bye.
If you are a small business owner, you know that every penny counts. That's why I am excited that ShipStation is a sponsor of the podcast this week. ShipStation can help you keep money in your pocket because they give you access to amazing discounts with all the major shipping carriers, including UPS, FedEx, and the United States Postal Service. You can easily compare rates between those carriers and choose the best solution every time. Small businesses can now access the same rates usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies without contracts or commitments, simply because you're using ShipStation. ShipStation works with all of the big sales websites like Shopify and Etsy, even your own website, to automate as much of the shipping process as can be automated. They funnel all of your orders into one simple interface. You can manage it even right from your phone. And there's a great offer for Upside listeners. You can use the code UPSIDE and get a 2-month free trial, 2 months of no hassle, stress-free shipping, and those great discounts I was talking about. You just got to go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in UPSIDE. That's ShipStation.com. The offer code is UPSIDE. Make ship happen.
Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, June 30th, and I am driving into work. Traffic gods are playing pretty nice. And I was listening to the radio, and they had an ad for Northside, the thing that Callie's doing with her friends. Anyways, but I thought it was pretty cool. So it just made me think, if you know, you know. So congratulations. They didn't name you specifically, but again, if you know, you know. Talk to you later.
Hi, I just wanted to call about the scammer, not scammer grocery line debacle. And, you know, listen to the voicemails over the past few days. Some people are like, scammer, she's a scammer. And it just doesn't feel very, like, nice or upsidey. Like, can we just all acknowledge that we have no idea the background of this person? And I just think it's better to have good intention and to lead with grace. And, you know, it's just $5. And like someone said earlier, you could have changed the direction of their entire day and how they would help someone out in the future. Or you're just out $5 and helping someone with their groceries. And maybe the upside is, I don't know. You know, it's $5. Do we still have to debate this? Just curious. All right. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Monday, the week before the long weekend. Just a friendly reminder, you guys should take next Monday, July 5th off. I know a lot of companies are closed, and you guys deserve a long weekend. So just take that into account. Love you. Bye.
Hey, Callie and Jess. I have the ultimate hustle that my friend and I do. Every time we go to the casino, we're from Atlanta, we go to Harrah's. We always wear birthday sashes that say, like, birthday queen, stuff like that. And we wear, like, a little tiara. We pretend that we're way more drunk than we actually are. We are actually really good at blackjack. But, you know, we don't want to pay for it. We get men to give us chips and alcohol because it looks like it's our birthday. We always make several $100s. One, because we're good at blackjack, so we get free chips, then we leave up, and then we don't spend any money on alcohol. It's not like we're robbing people. We're getting birthday chips and birthday bets put on us. So, okay, bye.
You have only ever seen yourself through photographs and the mirror. You've never seen the way your smile beams from its edges every time you talk about something that you love, or the way that your eyes light up at the sight of sunrises, or coffee, or puppies. So the next time someone tells you how beautiful you are, don't question it. Because although you have never seen it, it's all that they know, and they've been amazed by it every single day.